What's up, guys? Welcome to the MMA stream. This is our first ever YouTube podcast where we're going to be talking about the recent fight that happened between Justin Gaethje and Donald Cerrone at UFC Fight Night. This is going to be just one short segment. We're going to be talking about just that fight, and moving forward we're going to have like different segments where we talk about different main events and co-main events. This is your host Mohammed Sheikh, and I'm joined by my co-host Faisal Mustafa. So let's dive right into it.
All right, guys. So we're going to be talking about Donald Cerrone and Justin Gaethje. So Mohammed, what do you think about the fight?
I think the fight went pretty much as expected. Not completely as I expected. I thought Justin Gaethje is going to come out more explosive. I thought he was well calculated in this fight. Nothing really seemed to work for Donald Cowboy Cerrone. I felt that he was a little bit frozen in the fight. I don't know why. He was kind of paralyzed to some extent. Like, he tried to throw some combinations. He had some that he struck Justin Gaethje with, but nothing significant. And I didn't see Cowboy Cerrone mixing anything up. He didn't throw in any leg kicks. He didn't throw his very famous head kick. He didn't try to mix anything up, and he just looked very off of his game. For Justin Gaethje, I saw him as a very calculated fighter, which he's usually not. But over the past couple of fights, I think he's been more calculated. He's a little bit on the defense, moving out of the shots, circling around a little bit more, using his footwork. And when it comes to striking, he's got the power to knock anybody out, and that's what he proved again by knocking Donald Cerrone out.
So I think there's a good news and a bad news. So the good news is Justin Gaethje has become a different fighter. In his defense manner, he has changed. He has become like the fighter that he was supposed to be from the beginning. The beating he took in the beginning fights, what everybody was saying that he's a brain dead person, but he has changed his style after the Dustin Poirier fight and Eddie Alvarez. After that fight, he has changed a lot. He goes for the defense, he goes for kicks. He added something else, which was leg kicks yesterday, which is Donald Cerrone's weapon, a very powerful weapon which he's known for. But yesterday's fight, I think Justin Gaethje, he used it really well. And the bad news for Donald Cerrone, he has also changed. The way he fought yesterday, I first time I saw a completely different Donald Cerrone. He was, like you said, he was frozen, and he wasn't that good the way he was. I don't know if it's because he's been fighting a lot or it's after Tony Ferguson fight, but he has changed. I mean, he wasn't doing not that much damage. He didn't do that much damage. He didn't use his kicks, not punches, or I don't know if Justin was too good for him. But I think Donald Cerrone can do much better, and I think he can fight better than this. But that's what happens. I think fighting a lot, it gets you good, but it kind of gets you to a point that you do not want to fight. I don't know if that's Donald Cerrone and he doesn't want to fight, but I think he wasn't the same. But Justin Gaethje, like we all say, he has hands of steel. He can knock out anybody. He has proved us, and he has changed his style. And he won, I think, bonus. He won the bonus, right?
Yeah, I think 7 fight bonuses in a row, and that's just amazing.
That's really amazing.
So keeping time in mind, what's next for Justin Gaethje and what's next for Donald Cowboy Cerrone?
I think Justin Gaethje, Donald Cerrone, I wouldn't say that he should hang up the gloves. I think he should take a long break and then see what he wants to do, talk to his family, talk to his coaches, and then should make a decision. And for Justin, I think he should fight Conor McGregor. The fight that's incomplete, that was going to happen this summer, and Conor got injured. He broke his hand and it didn't happen. So I think they should be fighting each other. That makes perfect sense for him. Fighting Dustin Poirier again, I don't think Dustin Poirier should wait a little bit, but I think he should fight Conor. And Conor needs to come back just to show his ranking that he can fight now, just to come back in ranking, not just beside the money part. Okay. What do you think?
Here's what I think should happen. I think Justin Gaethje is right in the mix for that number one contender position. I know it's Tony Ferguson, but we've seen that fight between Khabib and Tony fall off so many times that I'm still even uncertain that it's actually going to happen. And if it doesn't happen for any given circumstance, then I think Justin Gaethje is right at the top to face Khabib for that championship gold. If that fight doesn't happen, I think the next fight that should happen is Conor McGregor versus Justin Gaethje, and that's because one, Conor needs a fight to get back into the mix, and it's going to be a big fight for Justin Gaethje. He's going to make some good money, and Conor was complaining about that. Khabib was just taking him down. He wasn't fighting with him. He wasn't striking with him. Well, you have Justin Gaethje, someone who loves to strike, so I think it's going to be a perfect matchup for both of them. For Donald Cerrone, I think Donald Cerrone, it's time for him to probably hang it up because the lightweight division is stacked up so much. I don't see him having a lot of success with the top 5 contenders that there are right now. Tony Ferguson, he already lost to. There's Khabib, and then who else is there? There's Dustin Poirier. I think all of these are very tough fights for Donald Cerrone. He should just take some time off, and he should think about what he needs to do next. It's going to be a long path towards that goal now, and I think there's nothing left for Donald Cerrone to prove. He has the most number of finishes, even a lot of fights in the UFC, probably the top number of fights, and I think it's just time for Donald Cerrone to probably hang it up.